brake calls for about 30 seconds and it'll clear.
Captain Jones will be your aircraft commander in the left seat. And what training are y'all doing today?
You'll be in the left, you'll be in the right, and left and right.
Today we conducted helicopter air-to-air refueling out in the Whiskey 122 area just off the coast of Cherry-Point. We typically conduct helicopter air-to-air refueling once to twice a week, depending on the needs of some of the sister squadrons down in New River. For example, today we tanked some of the guys up in Norfolk, Navy squadron. So it just depends on who needs the refueling, but typically 1 to 2 times a week. So the process today for helicopter refueling, it all starts on the ground with coordination with our receivers and working out our deconfliction with altitudes, airspeeds. Once we're actually in the area conducting the refueling, deconflicted with altitude, we'll join on the helicopters, put the hoses out for them to refuel off of. And once they are up next to the aircraft, they will conduct the refueling operation and start attempting to engage the drogue. What you'll see today and typically in training is that a lot of times they'll have some difficulty getting in the basket because it's not the easiest evolution for the helicopters. But that's why we train twice a week, 1 to 2 times a week for this. This capability is extremely important for the Marine Corps as a whole. It gives us a longer range capability for helicopters, so it supports the Marines on the ground by either getting them to their location or bringing them supplies, and we just allow them longer legs to get there. Today was a successful day. We conducted multiple refueling evolutions with one of our sister squadrons and had no issues. I wouldn't change a thing today. Everything was great and great weather, and everybody got to go home.
Today we conducted the training of aerial refueling. We actually got 2 of our crew members qualified in the observer duty, which his mission back there is to keep the pilot informed as to positions and to the whereabouts of the aircraft behind us, as for our pilots cannot see behind us. The pilots also got rehacks in their aerial refueling rendezvous, which is also very important because sometimes we have limited visibility or we have a different squadron as with today, and we have to practice these rendezvous up front of the aircraft so they stay proficient in it, as well as us in the back on the calls we have to make and the procedures that we go through to accomplish the evolution. I would say we go out and do a helicopter aerial refueling at a frequency about 1 to 2 a week, but it is per the squadron that we are supporting, and also ourselves as for we support a lot of frags throughout the entire East Coast, since we're one of the C-130 squadrons here that can do pretty much everything. The process of aerial refueling, of course, begins on the ground with all the planning. We come to brief the pilots inform us as to what squadron will be aerial refueling, the type of aerial refueling we'll be conducting, and then we go out and we conduct our pre-flight, make sure all our systems are ready to go. We have the proper pressures, we have the proper equipment on the aircraft, and then we actually take off when we go out into the area. As for today, we went to the Whiskey 122 to conduct our aerial refueling, and pretty much after the pilots make their rendezvous, the crewmaster strings the hoses with his observers in the back. He'll bring them out and back twice to make sure the hydraulics are warmed up, and then we'll cycle the guys through each position from the join all the way over to the right observation, depending on what kind of aircraft it is, and then we'll go ahead and get rid of them after we're done with their aerial refueling and let them on to whatever mission they have to go after us. This training is necessary for us to conduct, as well as the squadrons that we're conducting with, to remain proficient. As you saw today, at times it got very bouncy. If you were not to say proficient in this, you would drastically decrease not only the range of the aircraft that we're refueling, but possibly the range of an entire mission. Or if one of our airmen were to go down, or Marines or anything like that were to go down, we have to be able to extend that reach out further. That can go for any kind of aircraft that could take the fuel from our drogue. As well as us, we need to stay proficient in our training so we ourselves can give them the fuel accurately and quickly at any moment's notice. I would say today was very successful. We didn't have any mishaps. We got 2 initial codes knocked out for our guys in the back. There's no negative things that happens on today's flight. We got the air refueling done. The training squadron that we were working with got all their training done, so I say it went perfectly. And as I said, we're all walking home today, so we cannot complain at all.